I've given you the good. Now I'm going to give you the ugly. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I was diagnosed with a high risk mutation of chronic lymphocytic leukemia, a stage 3, 4, right off the hop, where the pharmacist, when I got the call that advising me that my oncologist team wanted me on my treatment immediately. So if you look at the lifespan of the type of cancer that I have, you'll see a 2 year lifespan, a 3 year lifespan, maybe a 4 year lifespan. I've seen 5 year lifespan, but your average is 2 to 4 years, because the zombie cells, that's what they call them. Basically, the gates are wide open and they're spreading like wildfire and they're eating everything. That's why they call them zombie cells. They never sleep and they're always eating, right? But I made it a pact with myself because of the knowledge that I had already acquired in the last 5 years prior to that call of February 2023. On February 9th, I became a pure plant-based pescatarian, augmenting my whole food, plant-based, nutrient-dense supplementation lifestyle within a fasting, fitness, and flexibility lifestyle. And when I look at the 2 to 3 or 4 years, I have a duty to my daughters, I have a duty to my wife, I have a duty to my family. I have a duty to fulfill my grandfather duties as I get older in life and when my daughters will need me. So I made it a pact to myself that I will not allow the hooks of cancer to pull me back. And I'm going to tell you, it tries to pull you back, right? And I talked about the cold showers before. But when I did my 41 days, the 41 days of no food, non-calorie causing that I finished on December 11th of 2023, during my last 10 days, I want to be specific to that. I went through a passage, and it's after the 30-day mark. I went through a passage. I want you to imagine yourself in the darkest of gyms, in the darkest of auditorium, that it's so dark in there, but the echo of the gym and the auditorium that you're in, you can't even see your hand. But ahead of you, you see an arc well, a flash ahead of you that you can never approach. You can walk towards it. It's always there. Whatever direction you look into, it's always there, but you can never touch it. I was having full-on conversation with that arc well, that light ahead of me. And I said this openly. I was not alone. When I went into the 41-day fast, I knew that I had to do something to bring my body to the highest ketone, lowest glucose, glutamine as possible. And I was living a very healthy lifestyle at the time already for the last 4.5 years. But I said to myself, how the hell do I do that? How do I bring my body to the highest ketone, lowest glucose? 40 days, 40 nights kept coming to me, 40 days, 40 nights. And I started studying it. And that's why I said I was not alone when I went into. I went into my 41 days. At no given time was I hungry. I was spiritually sound. I was mentally sound. I was weak at some point, but the depth of conversation, I was screaming within that darkened auditorium type feeling, looking at that arc flash, walking towards it. I had 5 weeks of insomnia. I would pass out, like literally, even at gunpoint, I don't think I'd be able to get out of the bed. And it was 2 to 4 hours. And I tried to get out of that bed. And I found myself having these in-depth conversation with this arc flash ahead of me, and the best way I could explain it, and screaming at the cancer cells, screaming at my DNA, telling them that, like, fuck, I'm going to let you allow those hooks of cancer to pull me back, because I fight fatigue. I fight it with cold showers. I fight it with fasting, fitness, flexibility, nutrient-dense, whole food, plant-based lifestyle. I do everything. Behind me, you see a weight system. I know for a fact that strength, building muscles is in a top 3 of prevention of chronic and cancers, also in the helping you beat cancer, right? So I made it a pact with myself. And that's why I say, with gloves off, with the blood of a gladiator, with knowledge on my mind and peacefulness in my heart, I will beat this. And therefore, that is the ugly of cancer, because I do not want to die in 2 years, 3. It's going to be 2 years this March. The prevalence of the blood cancer in my body, they identify in the biomarkers, the identifying biomarkers, or as March 2022, it's clear as day that I had cancer identified as early as March 2022. It's going to be 2 years. So if you think I'm going to let myself go at 58, I don't think so. I'm not going to sit by a bedside. I'm not going to wait for direction. Just like I got rid of my cholesterol, my heart medication, my severe sleep apnea, my fatty livers, my inhalers, my chronic issues with my knees, my hips and my back. And they might not all be gone, but I've dissipated them, arrested them. And some of the stuff, like I mentioned, medication, medical procedure has disappeared. all because of my knowledge that I've acquired. And I'm doing the exact same thing for cancer. And I'm going to make it my duty, and I made it my duty to help others. So to continuously learn while I continuously teach. So all I want to say, that is the ugly of cancer. I know, and I've seen individuals, and a lot of you out there have seen when somebody, they just start sleeping, they go to bed. I understand it. I understand that those hooks trying to pull you back to take you to bed. And again, I refuse to do so. So big, strong, healthy, loving hugs from me, Jean-Guy Bourguignon, to you. And if you want to reach out to me, and there's only one of me, and I'm working on something to help as many people as possible. And again, follow your direction, follow your oncologist, follow the medication, because there is some sound good medication out there. But the highest success rate of those that beat cancer are those that combine modern medication with a healthier lifestyle, combined with your fasting, fitness, flexibility lifestyle, with your nutrient density, with your plant-based, with your whole food, with your supplementation. The truth is out there. When you jump that fence and you go to lifestyle, integrative, holistic, precision medicine, the facts are out there. I've proven it. I have 5 years of track record behind me, and I'm going to put 50 years of track record ahead of me. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, big, strong, healthy, loving hugs from me to you.